last week I was able to catch one of the new Conan show episodes, and it had a topic that seemed actually really interesting to me. They were doing a skit about the new TSA laws, and what they had was like a real TSA officer on the show to demonstrate the alternative to getting a full body scan, which was a full body pat down. It's quite funny, like, you know, they did the whole okay, well, I'm going to start patting you down like this, and then they start going to their face and inspecting the hair and some very odd things with the strawberry. But really, what it pointed out what a lot of fears were, that when you go to these the pat downs, that, you know, there's possibility of really being mishandled, and I was just wondering what could be so bad about the full body scans that someone would purposely subject themselves to, like, being frisked. So, the scans are being criticized right now because of safety and privacy concerns, and although most, like the average flyer, does not run into them, they should know the potential risks involved just in case. During my life, I have actually traveled a lot, and I've really become passionate about traveling, and I plan on flying in the future. And so it was really important to me to find out what the actual facts were about this the new technology. So I have found through the research that it is like the new technology, the full body scans should be continued to be used with modifications to the technology. And by the end of the presentation, you should understand the need for that technology, have fears about the health concerns and understand what the fears are about the health concerns and the privacy violations, but that there really isn't too much of a fear, and also along with learning the solutions that are being implemented right now to make the machines more passenger friendly. So the first question that you guys might have is, how might I be checked, like, in this way? So one described, so you're at an airport, you're going, you know, to go through the security checkpoints, and just wondering, you know, what are my options for the processing? So the first, for many passengers, is the metal detector. And most people, they pass the metal detector, collect their baggage, and continue on their way. But just in case, say, it beeps, there's a possibility that you'll be sanctioned over to a full body scan to be processed there. Although, as the TSA Regional Public Affairs spokesman, Corrie Persuasive says, those who do not wish to utilize the screening can elect a pat-down instead. Don't understand why they would, but they can. So that is your first path to getting to a full body scan. Your second alternative is if it's a really busy airport and like you're there at a busy time of day, the terminal you are at has a full body scanning technology available, you could end up going through there to be processed. Yet again, you can choose to do the full body pat down, but that is like your second alternative to getting into a full body scan. So far, according to NBC Nightly News, so far only 3% of passengers have been selected to go to a full body scan, and of those, only 1% actually chose to do the full pat down. So, what does a full body scan involve? A writer for the Pittsburgh Tribune-Review described a situation or a demonstration very well. Yesterday, TSA employees acting as passengers emptied their pockets and removed belts, shoes, placing loose items and carry-on bags on a conveyor belt for X-ray screening. At the body scan, they raised their arms for 7 seconds while they collected images, waiting for a few seconds and while the TSA officer reviewed the images. After spotting no foreign objects, the officer gave the go-ahead, relaying the message to the checkpoint via radio. So there are two types of advanced imaging technology, or the full body scans: millimeter wave and backscatter. A reporter for the Star Tribune explains the differences very well. That a millimeter wave technology passes electromagnetic waves over the body to create a three-dimensional image, and that it looks much like a fuzzy photo negative with facial features blurred out for privacy. Backscatter technology, however, uses low-level X-rays to create a two-sided image, resembling a chalk etching. Both technologies screen passengers for foreign objects such as concealed weapons, explosives, liquids, metals, ceramics, plastics, money, and other contraband. The fact that this technology not only processes or alerts TSA officials to metal objects and non-metal items makes the machines more efficient than metal detectors. It's also faster than a pat-down, which is a major plus with airport security already a very lengthy process. So you know how it works and how you might run into the technology, but aren't there health and privacy risks included? Many think because machines use radiation, electromagnetic waves are dangerous, but it's not actually true, at least for these machines. Dr. Max Rosen, a radiology vice chair of the Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center, said in an interview with NBC Nightly News that you would need to have 100,000 of these airport scans to equal the exposure of a CAT scan of the abdomen. So kind of makes things more clear that report also said that each full body scan emits 0.005 millirems of radiation. The recommended safe amount for a person to have from a single source over a year is 25 millirems. So you would have to have 5,000 times, you'd have to pass through the full body scan 5,000 times in a year for it to equate to a health risk. TSA spokeswoman Andrea McCulley also reassures that the milliliters are safe. They use electromagnetic waves that are 10,000 times less powerful than talking on a cell phone. It is also safe for pregnant women and people with pacemakers. Furthermore, the Memphis Federal Security Director McCarthy said, backscatter X-rays have been proved safe, delivering less radiation than 2 minutes on an airline flight. So clearly, despite claims of full body scans being unsafe to use, they are. But there's still that question, what's the privacy risks involved? TSA spokeswoman McCarthy and another editorial point out the policies in place on how to help passengers feel more comfortable and feel like there is some privacy during these screenings. First of all, there is no physical contact between the passenger and the image viewer. The image is transmitted to a remote locked room where it is viewed on a computer monitor by a single transportation security officer. Once it is scanned, there are no prohibited materials found, then it is deleted from the screen. Furthermore, the image cannot be stored, transmitted, printed, or received. And also, the TSA has strict rules that bar camera and cell phones from the area where the images are viewed. Lastly, privacy filters are over the passenger's face, so there's no way to tell who the person is. Now, you should be convinced that the machines are not physically harmful to you.